Hello, friends and family. I consider you guys my family, so friends and family. I have the baby in the background right here watching her show, so that's who you're going to hear. I'm Lorelai. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to get started with this. I did not get the opportunity to film an intro to this video. I filmed breakfast and dinner, but was not able to film anything else because, as you can tell, I kind of got a little sick. Baby got a cough. Then it was one thing after another. It was Thanksgiving, and then it was everything else in between. So I wanted to get this video out to you. I've had a lot of people say that they like to watch my cooking videos, and if that's what you guys would prefer to see, I cook every day on a daily basis, so I do not mind doing that. Let me know what you guys want to see, what content you guys want. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. I comment back, guys, so comment, leave me comments, suggestions, anything you guys would like to say, I will comment back. Baby's right here, but again, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Oh yeah? Okay. You guys want to see? Okay. Say hi. Hi. So we were sitting here and she just woke up from her nap. I have her in the playpen, but we're going to get this video started and tell me what you guys think. Okay, so the first things first, what we're going to get started on is a French toast bake. I have 2 French breads left over, and I tapped on them so that you can see that they got a little hard, but that's actually the way you guys want them because you don't want them to get too soggy when you put the egg mixture in. I was trying to show you guys about how thick you want the pieces, and excuse me, goodness. So I'm setting them up in here, but later on you're going to see what I do. And it just kind of makes it easier, I think. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this other loaf up. What is like one of your favorite breakfast meals? Or are you not a breakfast eater? Leave me a comment in the section below. Do you guys like breakfast? Do you not like breakfast? Do you wait? I know some people do not wake up in time for breakfast, or they just don't care for breakfast and they will wait for lunch and then supper. So I took everything out because I was like, you know what, let me just, don't mind all my Thanksgiving food prep down there on the ground. I wanted to spray it so it wouldn't stick, and I just cut them into chunks, and I showed you there. They're not very small, as you can see, but I did go ahead and I did cut them into chunks. That way they, how do you call it? So that way they would, better absorb the egg mixture that we are going to put on them. So I have 2 pans of this. Oh, this was me talking to the honey. I was trying to explain something I don't even know what I was trying to explain, but you get the full gif of things. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this rest of this into chunks, and I'm going to completely fill it up. This is a good meal you guys can do the night before and set it in your fridge so that way it can fully absorb and soak everything up. And I think I've done that before, but I think that next time I will do that again. And like I said, you do want a day or 2 old bread because you want it a little hard so that way it absorbs. So I had a lot of extra bread, and what I did was I went and did 2 separate pans of it. We had my daughter's friend over. She stayed like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks over at our house. So I wanted to make sure that I had enough. And don't forget those ends, guys. That's still bread. It still will absorb. But yes, so back to what I was saying. Are you a breakfast eater? Are you not a breakfast eater? This is something that would be really good to pop in the fridge the night before Christmas. And then Christmas morning, you can actually pull it out and you have a nice ready breakfast meal. So don't mind the shells. Oh, come on guys, bear with me here. So you're gonna put the eggs inside of there. You want enough eggs. I think I did about 18 eggs, I want to say, for the big pan. Like I said, guys, I have a lot of people that were eating this, so I did a little bit more than a dozen eggs, almost 2 dozen eggs, I would say. But you're gonna go ahead and you're just gonna crack them all in there. And what I like to do is I like to break my eggs up before adding anything in there, because I've had instances where I accidentally have a whole egg and it's like no. So what I did was I added regular milk in there. You can add whatever kind of lactose milk, whatever kind of milk that you like, and then I added vanilla coffee creamer, French vanilla coffee creamer. And I added a little bit of water, and then I added some cinnamon in there. You can add nutmeg, and also vanilla. The best vanilla in the world is the Mexican vanilla. Trust me, guys, you're going to want the Mexican vanilla if you can get it. If you can't, regular vanilla will work. But you can add pumpkin spicing into this, like add nutmeg, anything that you want inside of this. Some people like to add raisins in here. Some people like to add like dried fruit, so when it cooks and it bakes, think outside the box, guys. You can add anything you want. So what I did was I ended up just mixing it around. And I wanted to kind of try and coat everything so that way everything had the egg mixture on it and it can soak up. And once I did that, I do believe I added the rest. Like I said, I added 18 eggs. So the rest of the eggs, I did make up a little bit more of a mixture and I added it in there also. But what I did also was like I said, there's the other eggs. So I did make another batch of eggs so that way I can pour a little bit over the pan that I already did, and then I poured the rest over the small pan. Guys, I'm telling you, it was so delicious. The kids absolutely devoured it. It was yummy. Oh, okay. So when you think you're not getting shells inside of your food, guys, when I was done pouring it, luckily they all stayed at the bottom. I got so many shells inside of my egg mixture. It was like, oh my, I was surprised myself. But what I did was I just wanted to make sure that I mixed all of this around, got everything coated, and while the heater was preheating, not the heater, oh my God, I can't even talk. While the oven was preheating, my honey went and he got me some Starbucks. You can see my Starbucks right there. That is a mango dragon fruit refresher, sweetened with lemonade, topped with whipped cream, with the ice on the side. Girl, guy, whatever you want, I don't know, but anyways, it's delicious, trust me. Then you want to top it with some maple syrup, and you're going to put some foil over this so that way it can kind of rest there for a second, and then you are going to put them into the oven. Don't mind my oven, it needs to be cleaned. And I'm going to show you the outcome right now. I'm going to pull out the small one because the big one still needed a little bit of time to cook. After a while, you do want to pull the foil off. And I think I cooked mine for about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. Kind of just gauge it. It's kind of like a quiche if you're making a quiche, but I left the big one in there so that one can cook longer, and I pulled the small one out. Oh, look at that. Yes, that's delicious. And then I'm gonna top it, but let me see, let's cut into this. What's your favorite breakfast meal? If you like breakfast, like I said earlier, what's your favorite? Do you like hash browns? Do you like hash? I love corned beef hash. Oh, I love corned beef hash. But my son, Eli, was the first one downstairs, and I was like, okay, here you go. And he's like, no, more, I want more. And I was like, you want more? And he's like, yeah, a whole nother slice. I was like, well, I'm glad I made 2 pans. But, you know what I've been craving lately, completely off subject? It is not even breakfast food. I've been craving Chinese food. I haven't had Chinese food in such a long time. But there it is. Look at that. You can see the steam coming off of it. Guys, it is delicious. I think I will next time add a little bit more maple syrup. But I just added, you know, what I needed to add, and then I'm gonna top it with some more maple syrup. This is me going in my cabinet to grab my powdered sugar. But yeah, so normally what I like to put on top of ours is I will put powdered sugar, syrup, and then, well, I'll layer the syrup, and then I'll do the powdered sugar on top of the syrup, and then I like whipped cream on it. And during Christmas time or like Halloween or whatever, Thanksgiving breakfast, you can do those colored sprinkles on for the kids, and it's super festive. So I just went ahead and I made some yumminess, and when I tell you guys, you're gonna want this, whoo child, I mean it. Enjoy. All right, so the next meal is for cold weather. It is a Mexican soup. It's called fideo, and it is made many different ways, and I make it many, I don't know why I'm cutting myself off here. I make it many different ways, but this night I had leftover chicken, shredded chicken that I needed to use up. So I'm gonna show you a very short and kind of a quick version of this. And it tastes delicious. You want to heat up some tortillas with it, or you can get crushed up chips and put it on top, tortilla chips and put it on top with cheese, any way you would like, and you can add anything inside of it. I just had some leftover like veggies and some leftover chicken, so that's what I put in it. So let's go into it. All right, so this is going to be a short video of Mexican fideo. So what I'm gonna do first, don't mind what I'm wearing, guys. I was not in the mood to get dressed. My belly was bloated. I was just like, let me just get this done and over with. We all have those days, ladies. Even gentlemen have those days where they just don't feel like doing anything. So I'm mismatched. I got a tank top on. I got my belly is bloated. I'm just not having it. I finally realized, it was like, let me turn this camera off of me real quick. So I diced up an onion, and I want to get the onion sauteing with some garlic, because you want to get all those flavors cooked in really good. And once you get those sauteed, it's going to pull out all of the flavoring. And then you're gonna toast your pasta, the fideo. That's what it's called. You're gonna toast your pasta basically, and you're gonna get it till it's kind of like a golden brown, and that way it has I don't know how they explain it. It's kind of like making Mexican rice. You want to toast your rice a little bit, and you're gonna get it all nice and, you know, golden, and get those onions cooking, that garlic for the extra flavor. I was trying to open all my cans just to make it a little bit easier, but I'm gonna add a can of corn in here, a drained can of corn. And then I'm going to, and this is just for extra veggies. You can do mixed veggies, you can do frozen veggies, whatever. Then I'm going to add a can of green beans. And the reason I'm just doing these ones is because this is what I had on hand. If I had the cans of mixed veggies, I would have done a can of mixed veggies instead, because it just has carrots and everything else. And like I said, guys, everybody makes this soup different ways. What is your favorite kind of soup in cold weather? Do you like soup? I love soup. So my family's favorite soup is my sopa toscana, the one that I make that's kind of like the Olive Garden one, but mine's better. But I added a handful of carrots for some more color and some more veggies. Like I said, guys, use your imagination and add whatever you would like in this. It is going to be delicious either way. This is just a Mexican soup that I grew up on. Very simple. I'm gonna toast this up, kind of get the veggies cooked a little bit, and then that way they're more ready. I had made enchiladas. I made green chicken chili enchiladas, and I had the sauce on the chicken, and I just had this meat in my refrigerator. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna add, I normally add like chunks of chicken or chunks of meat, but I had this, and so I was like, I don't want it to go to waste. I'm just gonna add it. It worked out perfect. It was so delicious. That actually sounds good. You know, I may make another soup tonight for dinner because I have like some sausage, like kielbasa sausage. You can throw some kielbasa sausage in here. You can do some ground beef. I normally do ground beef. That's what I was saying. It is so delicious. And like I said, this is a Mexican staple for my family. We love it. It is so good. So just toast it up. Get those all married in there and all the flavors married together and all nice and merry. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Just mix it up. Mix up your soup. Look, you ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Mix your soup up. Get it all toasty. Okay, so now that is all married in, I don't know if you do not like spice, this is kind of like a spicier tomato sauce. It's not too spicy, guys, so it's not going to overpower your meal. But this is called El Pato, and it's like a spicy tomato sauce that I use a lot in my Mexican rice. I use it in a lot of my soups. And then what I'm going to do is I could not find my chicken bouillon powder anywhere, so I just had some beef powder. And I use the beef powder, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to the water that I'm going to put in into my soup, and I'm doing a couple teaspoons of it. And just read the container of how much it is per cup. I think it's like a half a teaspoon or 1 teaspoon per cup of water. So I made it the equivalent amount or whatever. And then I'm going to add that in. And I'm going to make sure that I get all of that goodness in there. And I also end up adding some garlic powder. Even though I added the garlic, I added garlic powder. I believe I added onion powder. Season all. I added a couple different seasonings in here. And after, I also added 1 very small can of tomato paste. Like I said, just to give it a little bit more color and a little bit more, soupy flavor, and I wanted it to thicken up the soup a little bit. You can do a little bit of a couple tablespoons of cornstarch inside to thicken it up, but I just added this entire look at you guys, it was a really tiny can of tomato paste, and then I'm gonna get that all mixed in there, all that goodness, and it takes a while for you to get the tomato paste to kind of declump. I don't even know how you would say that, but yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and then I am going to bring this to a boil. So I'm going to bring it to a boil. As you can see, it's starting to steam up and get all nice and warm, and the flavors are marrying together, and we want to get this to a boil. So we're going to cover it up, and then this is the outcome after about 10, maybe 15 minutes, but it's a thick, soupy consistency that's super, super yummy. You can do it with more juice in there. Remember, the pasta is going to absorb some of the water, but there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoy it. And that is going to be it for this video, guys. I really just wanted to get this out to you. Like I said, things have been super, super crazy. My life is not perfect, and I have been all over the place with this life, and we are trying to navigate through life just like you guys are. I just want to share some things of my life on here, and frankly, I really don't care what people think. I'm a human, you're a human, we're all humans, we all have things going on in this world, but if we can make someone's day a little bit better by sharing sharing some recipes or some good advice or something else, then that's what we should do. So here is my contribution. Is that what you say? I don't know. Well, here it is. So I hope you guys enjoy. Try them, make them. Let me know what you think. Let me know how they turn out. I would love to know. And I can't wait for you guys to come back because I'm going to be posting more and more videos. And yeah, so I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you guys so much. I've had a lot of new people join my squad here on YouTube, and I'm so grateful for you guys. So I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, a wonderful holiday, and just remember, you're not perfect, I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, and that is perfectly okay. See you guys later.
Yeah, I'm just out here